Jordan, welcome to the podcast, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming. I've been trying to get you on here for a little bit since the last time I saw you. It's funny, man. It's funny how we actually met to make this happen. It's dope.
Yeah, like 1 minute, you're selling me weed. Next minute, I'm here, And I don't even like podcasts,
Yeah.
So, now I'm here.
Yeah, have you ever, what other podcasts have you done before this one?
What podcast have I done? Just like, I don't know. I've done nothing important, I'll say that.
Yeah.
What's my favorite podcast I ever did? Probably, I did this podcast with this girl I met on Raya. That was pretty fun.
What is Raya? What's that?
Raya, that's like the bougie Tinder.
Oh, that's the one you got to get referred to, right?
Yeah.
Word. That shit, is that shit like still around? It's like a real thing?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah? All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm not on it anymore, for the
No?
record. For the record.
Yeah, you were saying you have a girl now, right?
Yeah.
Nice. How long you been dating your girl for?
I've been with my girl for like 8 months.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, she's cool.
Cheers. Let's
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course, man. Shout out to Rick Ross. Like I said, we're still trying to get that Black Bottle Boys certification over here.
Let me look at my phone and see if I edit this part. Let me look and see if I got the market nigga's number in here.
Yeah, we got to make it happen.
We can shout them out and edit. And
Yes, exactly. We'll clip this shit. Yeah, for sure.
Kojo. Shout out Kojo.
Kojo from Bel Air.
Shout out Kojo from Bel Air.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. We need to make it happen on the show. We've been rocking with you for 21 episodes, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more, like where you were. You said you were just in Nashville. You're doing a little bit of shows.
Just in Nashville, man.
For everybody who doesn't know, who doesn't know, might not know who you are.
No one knows who I am.
I think a couple people know who you are, bro.
A couple of people. That's the count, really.
Yeah, you think?
It might be growing daily. But yeah, I'm Jordan Rock.
Yeah.
Comic, actor, related to all the Rocks. Chris Rock, Tony Rock, Kid Rock, D Rock.
Yeah.
A$AP.
Yo, Kid Rock has been getting a lot of heat. How do you feel about Kid Rock?
Yo, what did Kid Rock do?
No, everybody just says because he's like this, like right wing. Like now he's like this right wing, like country ass dude that he's like a horrible guy.
Yo,
Kid Rock was a legend. You know what I mean?
Yo,
is a
speaking
legend.
of Nashville, the last.
Oh, he does live there.
Last time I was in Nashville, I was there for like my brother's show, and Kid Rock just came through to the green room.
Word.
Like Kid Rock was cool as shit, bro. I was about to be at Kid Rock's house.
Yo, I heard it's crazy. I mean,
like they were about to invite us to the crib. Like what happened was
he's got like an estate. I heard, like a fun house,
like hundreds of acres.
Yeah.
And my girl just started talking to his girl, and she was like, "Oh, after this, y'all should come to the house."
Yeah.
And she looks at him, and she's like, "Bob, we're about to invite him to the house."
Yeah.
And he goes, Kid Rock says, "I didn't even put my fedora on tonight." I was like, "Yo, if this dude breaks out the fedora, it's over."
Yo, a lot of people don't even realize, bro. Like even before Cowboy and shit, like all those things, like he was beefing with Eminem back in the day in the rap game. You know,
he was technically a rapper.
He was, yeah, he was.
He was like a Yellow Wolf version of a rapper.
Yeah. Now he's like, what's that other white chubby dude? He's like a country rapper.
Bubba Sparks?
Bubba Sparks. No, not Bubba Sparks, though. It's like this new guy. I can't remember his name right now. Shit.
Now? Chubby?
Yeah, he's I'll think
rapper?
He's a country like southern dude, but he's rapper, but it's like country. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of this dude's name. I'll think about it. I'll figure it out throughout this episode. It'll come to me. Okay, so you're a stand-up comedian, actor, writer, producer. You were just in Nashville.
Yep.
Where at Zany's?
Yep, Zany's.
Okay, cool. What's that like?
Zany's is nice, man. Zany's is my first time doing it.
Okay.
Myself performing, I've been there a few times. Every other time I went, it was sold out. It wasn't sold out for my show, but
hey, that's all that matters, that it's sold out and you're there.
We're building.
Yeah.
We're building. We did Productly Stoned out there. I've been doing a show, Productly Stoned.
Yeah, with your boy, right?
Yeah, my boy Reg Thomas. We've been doing it for like the last few years.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the best year we've had with it.
Yeah, the recent one was at the Cafe Erzuli. I always forget how to say it.
Cafe Erzuli.
Erzuli, yeah. How'd that go?
Oh, that's fire. That spot is just like the neighborhood spot.
It is, man. I remember we used to go there a lot pre-pandemic when it kind of like first became a thing.
Yeah, everyone I know is like, I used to go there.
Yeah. Yo, but now it's like if you want to go there on event, haven't been since the last
You
time.
gotta go to the event, you gotta pay.
Yeah, well, not even that. Like, there's lines around the corner now, and I'm like, yo, this place isn't even that big. But I guess they like renovated the back a little bit to make it bigger.
They put a cover on the
Okay,
back,
word.
and then legend. Cool kids are the cool kids.
Yeah.
Once people make a spot cool, everybody wants to go there.
Yeah, one of our riders, also one of our clients, he was a rider first. Now he's not riding, but he works there as one of the main guys doing like he's like the barista and shit, runs the spot in the morning and shit. I fuck with it. It's a nice little place to get coffee, chill in the morning.
Yeah, it's like we were doing Productively Stone there during the pandemic. Reg was running it. I wasn't even in New York.
Yeah.
But we were doing a show there during the pandemic. After I got back, we moved to the stand.
Yeah.
Omicron, whatever.
It
was crazy last month, so we had to go back to Brooklyn. But it was good. It felt like it was a fun time.
Yeah, word. I was trying to think. Were you guys allowed? Because I know it's obviously like a weed themed like show, right? Were you guys able to smoke inside there? Did they allow shit like that?
Nah, you know what? They didn't allow us to smoke inside. They gave us. Usually, the thing is why it was so good to do it there during the pandemic and everything was we would have the courtyard. So we would smoke out the courtyard, and that would be like the thing. They don't allow us to smoke. We had a very fire New York Comedy Festival show that got packed out, and then like the audience started smoking. And
where was that? That space?
At the stand, like people just
at the stand. Okay, word.
And they just let it happen for like one like someone's too like
When,
you
can't stop too many people doing it.
I always say once you sold out, you can kind of like do whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
yo, one time I was this is when I was DJing. I was on a bus. We went down to DC because my boy was like throwing shows, like throwing parties, events, or whatever.
Yeah.
And he rented out one of those like charter buses. And yo, I swear to God, bro, this is during Brooklyn College days. There was so many people on the bus, and he packed it out, and people just started smoking weed in the back on this dude's charter bus, and the guy was like, couldn't do anything, bro. And now all of a sudden I'm on a fucking charter bus going to DC with like people smoking blunts, no windows open.
I mean,
it's
well,
like,
if he's like, yo, if y'all gonna pay the fee, like, he's already like, yo, it was a smoker's fee.
Yeah,
y'all are officially paying that
Yeah.
now, so let's go.
Yeah, where are some other shows that where are some other locations that you did the Productively Stoned show?
Done Productively Stoned. We started at Karma Lounge.
In the city? Yeah.
Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Hookah Lounge. Used to be able to smoke cigarettes in. Probably still, I don't know if you can still do that there.
I only know one place that you can still do that in.
Yeah, that was Karma. Karma was the only, well, at the time, that's what they used to advertise it as.
Yeah,
so that's
word.
when we started Productively Stoned. After we left there, we did Soho Playhouse a little bit. We also did it in LA at Los Colobos.
Yeah.
We've just been bouncing around with it. It was a time when we were just doing like pop-ups, like
Word.
just like finding, like one of the best ones we ever did was about 25th. We had like a pop-up in this mansion on the Upper East Side, like this model house. Like these chicks just living in this house.
That's not a bad idea.
And they're
That's not
like,
bad.
one of them's a comic. They're like, I'm doing shows. Would you want to do a show? We're like, bet. We'll do my birthday. That shit turns into like a Project X style party.
And who was the comedian? Anybody that we might know?
Oh, it was crazy. It was me. Ricky Velez, who just had his HBO special. My boy Dame, Sherrod Small. It was a few comics there, and then it was also my 25th birthday, and also Love was coming out like right after that.
Yeah,
so I'm like about to be on something for the first time. We did a Productively Stoned. We had Bel Air.
Yeah,
shout out to you guys again.
Exactly. Well, wait, what was it? My bad. What was this guy's name? Kojo.
They sent. He wasn't working at the time, but Reg used to. My boy Reg Thomas, shout out him, co-founder of Productively Stone, used to do like freelance work at Atlantic. And Atlantic had a Bel Air hookup. They sent us cases to the party. We are like, okay, these are our bottles. Let's put this stuff up.
Yeah.
The party gets crazy. The party gets so crazy that people find the Bel Air and like.
Think it's just for everybody?
Everyone is just in this party with a bottle of Bel Air, but we don't even really care because we're like, well, I don't even think we were going to drink all this.
Yeah, fuck it. You might as well. If you're at the party, you might as well supply it.
Everyone.
Yeah. You remember, Erickson, back when I used to have those parties at my my old place on Halsey? Like the New Year's Eve party.
Where on Halsey, man? Where?
I was on Halsey back in like 2014, 13, 14ish. I was on Halsey in between Central and Wilson.
Oh, that's down there.
Yeah.
I was in Bed-Stuy Halsey.
Okay, word. Yeah, I've been all over. I lived with him in Flatbush for a couple years. I went to Brooklyn College, so we both went to Brooklyn College. But I was gonna say, shit, I just lost track of what I was saying. Oh, fucking. Yo, what the hell just happened? Oh, the party. What was I just saying?
Throwing parties back in the day.
Oh my god, I'm bugging. The champagne. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we talk about.
Yeah, I was like,
you asked me where I've done productively stoned, and I just started.
Yeah, no, I just lost train of thought real quick. But when I used to throw parties at my house, we used to throw like a Halloween party and a New Year's party. And my New Year's party got so packed. My apartment was like 3 floors at the time. Like it was kind of like a weird like loft walk up type of situation. You couldn't move. But I used to work at this place called Grey Dog back in the day.
Yeah.
7 years. Yeah, you can't charge me, bro. This was a long time ago, baby. I used to take like a bottle of champagne like every day, like once a day, and filled up my fridge with champagne. So everybody that like maybe like the first like 30 people that got to my party were able to just like go in my fridge and fucking take champagne. It was nice. It was a good vibe.
Yeah, that's how alcohol at your house should work.
Yeah.
Like, you should never actually be drinking it alone. Like, you should just wait till people come over.
No, I think sometimes solo drinking is kind of fun, though.
Solo drinking is fun.
It can be fun.
Solo drinking is fun. It depends on what you're drinking solo. Like, when you're solo drinking, you got to drink good liquor.
Okay.
I would say that.
Well, okay, what's like your liquor of choice?
I would say, like, yeah, if you're solo drinking...
it's got to be like a scotch.
No, you could drink a good tequila, but like a high shelf. You know,
Terramana?
Terramano, a nice Casamigos, you know, like, if you're just at the crib, like, fucking...
Drinking
Coors
Lights.
New Amsterdam gin by yourself, like, bro, what's going on with you?
New Amsterdam. Fuck. Yo, you remember Pinnacle?
Pinnacle? Yeah, if you're drinking Pinnacle, Pinnacle, let me tell you, Pinnacle vodka is only good when somebody comes over to when your alcoholic friend comes over, and you forgot it's in your freezer,
and they need something.
Yeah, and you pull it out, it's got the fucking frost on the bottom, and shit. Y'all just have that day.
It might be cotton candy flavored, or like Swedish fish flavored.
That's what it hits, bro. That's what it really hits,
bro. I got introduced to that. I was in college. I graduated high school in 2009, so when I got to college right around then, like that was like the first cheap liquor that like I got introduced to as of like living on like a campus. You know,
you also did. If you graduated 2009, you also did Four Loko.
I'm ashamed to say I've actually played a game of Four Loko beer pong.
Damn.
I did, bro.
With the real stuff?
With the real stuff. This was back when he first came out. Yeah.
Yo.
But I wasn't. That lasted maybe like 6 months and. But like I was like, nah, no more for the Four Locos, bro. You drink 2 of them and you're like blackout.
Yeah, I always laugh. I'm always tell people Four Loko.
Yeah.
I graduated high school 2009 too.
Word.
Born in Brooklyn, raised in South Carolina.
Gotcha.
I came back to New York when I graduated, like right immediately after. So that like 2009 Halloween.
Yeah.
I remember going to like the Village for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it being like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because what's the cheapest thing out that's going to get you the most fucked up at the time? Four Loko.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember people just walking around like zombies.
Yeah. I saw some footage of you on YouTube or whatever you were describing. So you just, from high school, you just were like, yo, to your parents, you're like, yo, I'm just going to go and try and do comedy and like see what happens?
Kind of in the middle of high school, like when it was that time to start figuring out what you needed to do and get ready for college. Mm-hmm. I just started becoming a comedian in South Carolina. So when they were like, yo, what are you going to do? What's your trait? Whatever. I started promoting shows and like making, like what I could do at that time. I started doing that. So instead of having a part-time job, my like, junior, senior year, mm-hmm. I was, doing bar shows once a month and making $300 and stuff like that. So
I mean, I'm sure it's pretty easy to be influenced with the household, like to pursue comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like
they understood. They understood. So it was like it's not as crazy when 2 other people have done it.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like I was in the same video I was watching. It was like, when you first came out here, the first thing you did, or the first thing you were doing for a job was selling sweaters on a corner, right?
Yo, that's a whole nother time, man.
That's a whole other time?
That's another time I came to New York. That shit sucked too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I watched like a little bit of, I was watching like, there's like an interview of you that you had online that I checked out.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Rock. Check that out, guys.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So high school you started doing the comedy stuff, and then what happened after that when you came to New York? Like,
I came to New York. Luckily, I came to New York. My mom blessed me. She was just like, yo, make sure you be good. Came up, found like a little kitchenette. Like I was living in like this spot that was like $600 a month.
Damn, what?
It was like the size of this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
this
saying?
would probably now would probably be like 1,500.
Yeah, I had like exactly. Like I had like a bed. Like it was cut in half because I had like a bed over
a Murphy
here.
bed.
You
gotta get one of those.
I had to walk into the hallway to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
and shit like that. But I came up here and then I just started doing stand up. It was like starting over.
Mm-hmm.
Did that. Worked mad jobs.
Yeah.
You know, worked until like 25, and then.
Did you ever try to sell comedy tickets?
No.
Yo, I did that. I found this job off Craigslist, Brooklyn College days again.
Barker, man.
It wasn't.
It was a culture, bro. It's a Barker culture,
bro. You know what? It's to this day. Okay, this is how it went down. Like, you know, it's like a Craigslist ad where it doesn't necessarily tell you what you're about to be doing. It's like, oh, you're gonna help be promoting shit or whatever, blah blah blah. And it was like meet us at like a random restaurant. It was like in Midtown, like a random like cafe or whatever. Yeah. And when I showed up, there was like 5 people there and they all were waiting to meet this one guy. And he came and he was like pitching this whole thing to us. He was like, yeah, you know, you're gonna be out selling comedy tickets and blah 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 blah, whatever. And we're gonna set you up in the next day or two. Yo, to this day, bro, I know it was a setup, man. I know it was a setup. Because when I first met up, it was down by like Wall Street area where we were selling them. It wasn't the Times Square guys. When I was down there selling them, I swear to God, within 20 minutes, I sold like 3 or 4 tickets to like one family, and then denied, and like, bro, for hours. I think for like the 2 hours that I stayed, and then I just like gave him back the shit. I was like, yo, I'm done, bro.
Oh yeah, fuck this shit. Job. I know people I know dudes that did that for years. I know comics who are like respected comics right now that did that.
That's what I was just about to ask. Like, yeah, are there actually like when you see these guys out in like Times Square or wherever they are passing?
Matt Richards,
yeah,
is the greatest barker of all time.
But he's actually a talented comedian
he's working right now. And a bunch of things. He was barking so long. It was like, yo, you should stop barking now, bro. You're successful. And he was just like, nah. He was like so good at like just talking to people that like he was making like a few. He was the guy getting
money off the shit. Yeah,
he was making like a grand and some change selling tickets. Like he was packing your shit out.
Word, yeah. Wait, so when you first started doing comedy, like would you like any more? When you first started doing like shows and stuff out here, were you? Because my boy actually runs a comedy show. Mark Norman pops up to his stuff pretty often. It started off during quarantine. They started off as vaccine comedy, and then they had to change the name. Obviously, I forgot the name. I'll tell you in a second. But he was doing shows or whatever, and I'm trying to think of this dude's name that he was
barking with.
Yeah, no, he was. Oh no, okay. He was telling me about the process of like, cause he like also promotes the show a little bit, so he's like one of the guys out there that's like barking a little bit. But when you started off as like a like stand up out here, isn't there like a situation where you have to bring like 15 people?
Yeah, I did all that.
Yeah, how does that work?
You do that and then you realize you don't have to do that, cause it's like you like when you start doing comedy, you're like, oh, I want to perform at Gotham, I want to perform at this club or whatever. And then it's a dude running a hustle who's like, yo, come do my show. You know, and in order to do my show, I'll give you 5 minutes. You bring 5. You know, it's like like it's, you know, he's.
And if it was like a situation where you were like they need you to bring 10 people and you didn't bring 10 people, are you still allowed to perform, or they were just like, nah, you can't?
Sometimes they'd be a dick and not let you perform, and then sometimes they're like, dude, I know what's going on. Like, you know, I'm not gonna be. Sometimes they're not a dick. Sometimes they are a dick.
Yeah. What was how was it like when you first started? Did you like automatically feel comfortable on stage? Because I hear all the time. I listen to a lot of like comedians like podcasts and shit, and they talk about the early days and you know how important it is to like bomb and like earn your stripes. You know, as like a comedian, how did that pan out like when you first started?
Bombed a lot.
Yeah. How does that feel, man? Like,
how's it feel to bomb?
Yeah. Like what
in New York, yo, if like, I don't know how it is for. I see how it is for other comics. I know the feeling of it, but in New York, you're kind of like it's kind of sped up. The process is sped up. So in New York, when you bomb, It's like, oh man, that was a bad set. But you can go get up before
Yeah.
the night is over. Like you could get up tomorrow and kill with those same jokes. Like you'll have enough. If you bomb in New York, you can make up for that spot the next day or the day after.
Why? Just because it's New York and they're just like
There's so many spots.
So many spots. So many different people coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where like in LA. Like, stage time's not as, you don't get as much stage time.
Yeah.
When a comic bombs in LA, it's like they feel it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know when the next good show they're on is coming.
So you would say, what would you say is like the worst city you bombed in? Like the worst crowd you've ever?
Detroit.
Detroit?
Detroit, bro. Detroit, I bombed so bad in Detroit. Like I bombed so bad in Detroit, I just went home.
Yeah, isn't that where Dave did one of his specials where he was like, I did it back in Detroit because he said so many jokes about them or something?
No, he bombed in Detroit.
Oh, okay, word. Yeah.
I bombed in Detroit. So bad.
What was it like? What were they doing that's like so crazy?
The room there was just no control to the room.
Yeah,
it was just
people getting up and
it was just chaos. No security. No, like, actual show format, no artist etiquette. So it was just a lot. And
so it wasn't necessarily the crowd, it was just like the...
Then the crowd got crazy, got rowdy.
Yeah.
And there's no security. It's just comics telling the dude to shut up. And then they're doing their set, telling them to shut up. And they just... Cops had to come. And this is all before I even get on stage. And they're just looking at me like, can you save us? And I'm like, I don't have it.
Yeah, well, because what were those like considered? Were those considered like what I read up on some stuff?
And the only reason I left too is because they weren't a chain.
Yeah. Oh, word. Yeah.
Like if they owned more than one club, I would have been like, gotta stay, man.
Yeah.
Then I can't go do that other room and fucking wherever.
Yeah.
It was a one club. I was like, fuck these people. I'm never coming back.
Damn. I haven't been to too many comedy shows. I went to a couple when I first moved out here.
Yeah.
What are some of the clubs out here? It's the comedy, the Stand,
the Cellar, New York Comedy Club, Comic Strip Live, Stand Up New York, Gotham Comedy Club, Caroline, Salada Comedy Club.
Yeah. After like all the places that you've toured like across the country and stuff like that, where's your favorite place to perform?
The Comic Strip Live on the weekend is is when they can rock. That's like my favorite. I love Denver. Denver's nice.
Yeah.
Denver Comedy Works is nice. They give you like this it's like comedy condos. Certain clubs have comedy condos where it's like a disgusting place where they just put all the comics. But the one in Denver is actually nice.
Yeah.
It's a loft and you're in Denver, so you want to smoke in Denver, so you're not gonna get a smoker's fee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the best because when you go to Denver, you're like, I'm being at loft. I can smoke weed all day and chill.
Yo, how was that unicorn poop?
Oh, the unicorn poop was good.
Gas, right?
Yeah, the unicorn poop was good. That was
we had some crazy stuff, bro. It's really good.
That was for my boy Mike.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Hell yeah, man. When did you actually start smoking and shit?
When did I start smoking?
Were you an early bloomer?
Yeah, I was not the earliest bloomer. I'm not the nigga that was like, I was smoking at 12.
Yeah.
Nah, but I was definitely I was smoking weed in 9th grade, and by 11th grade, 10th, 11th grade, I was definitely smoking a version of the way I do now.
Yeah. And what you would describe as?
Which I was multiple blunts a day, like waking up to a blunt, going to sleep to a blunt.
Yeah.
Like,
are you able to, like, when you go out on stage, is that something you have to be like, I gotta chill until I go out, or just depends on the comfort level where you're at?
Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm filming something, I might not get high just because I'm like, they gotta see my face. When I'm in a club, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the clubs, I'm like, because I've been in the club since I was 18, so it was like. I grew up like you doing all that. You're being 18, 21. You're just drinking, smoking anyway. So I grew up just being growing up and still doing comedy. So it's not really a thing. It's more of like, hey man, I'm smoking. I happen to have to get on stage later. Yeah. People are like, do you need it to get on stage? I'm like, hey man, it's Saturday first, work second.
How's that? I wonder how that. Like your perspective of the comedian community, like how does that work? Like, because I know you got like you have your different styles of comedians, right? Like you got the people who like smoke a lot of weed and chill, and then you got the kind of like the PC comedians. Like how does that work itself out in New York, especially? Like what's like the community like out here?
You said it's like the PC and it's like the like I don't think it's like PC. It's more of like just old and young. It's like old young. It's like these guys. It's the older
kind of like with like the same thing with like rap shit.
Yeah, let's put like I always say like this: older people, we were just outside longer. Like so, like I guess we're just like desensitized. So like when something bad is happening, we're like, yeah, we're outside, man. It's bad out here.
Yeah,
yeah, you're in New York, bro. It's people are crazy, yeah. Whereas like the young people are like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, whoa, bro. Like,
have you dealt with any that type of shit like on stage, like people getting offended by your jokes?
Every now and then. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, they don't matter.
Of course.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Yeah, but I've just definitely been noticing, like, it's young and old. And I've been on the cusp of, like, I was just young.
Like, you're still young, bro. We're young.
I was just young. We are technically young.
Yeah.
But, like, we're millennials. And Gen Z
does not fucking
sucks. Like, they just suck, bro.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Like it's like insane. Like millennials, like we had opinions. No one gave a fuck about them. You know? Like,
yeah. Who were like when you were first coming up and shit? So speaking of like older and younger, who were like some of the comedians that you were fucking with when you were kind of younger coming up?
Yo, favorite comic coming up, Lil JJ.
Yo, from BT comedy and shit? Bro, wasn't that the same dude? Wasn't he around when Lil Duval came out, when he first came out, when he did that remix?
Yes.
Where that he was like talking about calling a girl and shit?
Yeah, they were on like Comic View and coming to the stage.
Yes, I remember that shit. I used to watch that shit, bro.
It was a good time for black comedy at that time. Because you would watch it, you watch BET every night.
Yo, I was going to ask you about that, actually. I was going to be like, yo, when I was like around that question, I was going to be like, yo, do you remember like when Lil Duval and shit? Like, because that's when I was like first really kind of got introduced to comedy and shit. Like, I would stay up. Like it would, because you got HBO After Hours and shit, and they would play those, or BET After Hours. They would play and shit.
That's what happened to me because I knew what comedy was. I'm very I'm in a comedy family, but it wasn't until I got cable in my room, then I also got remember they were digital cable. Remember they were like, oh, sign up for digital cable. We'll give you the fucking package for 3 years.
With the satellite, right?
Yeah, they were trying to get, like, they were like, we'll give you the promotion for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you'd have like your whole house would be decked out of digital cable. Every room had all
HBO, the channels, everything.
Because you weren't paying full price until like 3 years from now. Then they would fuck you. Yeah, then your mom came through and grabbed
she was like, I gotta stop, man. We gotta cut this. We gotta cut this down.
You were like, are we poor again?
So JJ, who else were some of your comedians when you were?
Lil JJ, my brothers, of course, watching my brothers. At that time, Dane Cook, for some reason, was really big.
I didn't really have an understanding for Dane Cook, like, when he first came out. And then I, like, listened to a couple of his interviews that he's done on podcasts, and I was like, damn, he actually really was, like, kind of killing. And he opened a lot of doors, I feel like,
like,
right?
internet comedy, too.
Yeah.
But I don't even know. I found him so organically.
Because then he was, like, the first comedian to, like, really pop off on, like, MySpace and shit,
He was the first comedian I hear, like, who had, like, a poppin' mailing list.
Yeah, word. Yeah, Dane Cook, man.
Sign up for my mailing list, everybody.
Shout out, let them know.
Yeah, sign up for a chance to win free merch and free tickets.
I saw those rap tees that you came out with. Those are dope.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah. I forgot to hit you. I was going to tell you I was going to cop one. I'll cop one off you one of these days.
Please, man. I just had to give a bunch to my nephews.
Yeah, word. Are you, so you said you don't really go on podcasts, but are you listening to any podcasts? I've been fucking with, like, some of my comedians that I like now. I don't know if you fuck with Tom Segura.
I know Tom Segura.
Oh, Tom Segura is the shit, yo. I love him and Bert Kreischer. Mostly Tom Segura, but their Two Bears, One Cave podcast is super dope. Yeah. And Tom Segura does one with his wife called Your Mom's House. Damn. And that shit is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I know Tom because we used to work a lot in L.A. together.
Yeah.
I don't listen to podcasts. You know what I listen to?
What?
I watch 1090 Jake on.
Where do I know that from?
1090 Jake is this guy he's like prison. It's like prison YouTube is like a thing. These guys.
Oh shit! There's like that one big black buff dude that's bald as hell.
It's a bunch of them, but 1090 Jake is this white guy. He's a white guy from Boston.
Yeah.
but he grew up in Florida. So like all his like wild shit happened in Florida.
Yeah.
So he's got a crazy Boston accent, but he uses Florida slang.
Word.
And like he breaks down like crimes and like rat beef.
Oh, okay, word.
But he does it like he's not like, he does no sponsoring or anything. It's all like through his page, like monetized and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so when he tells you a story at the end of it, he's not connected to anything. So when he's reporting on a story and he's like, yo, the pedophile, they killed him, he's like, I would have killed that nigga too, I'm like, yo, this is wild. Like, his wrap-ups be fire.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you were talking about there's like these prison things that come up sometimes where it's like ex-prisoners have like these. This is one dude that has like huge podcast.
It is, yo.
Yeah.
He was on one of those.
Okay, word.
And
they interview ex-prisoners and shit, like ex-convicts and shit like that.
And they tell their stories.
Yeah.
He was in like one of those, and like he spun off and started like his own like news thing.
Yeah,
and it's great because he just like he'll cover some street shit like a hip hop journalist would, but then his breakdown at the end is so like, yo, I can talk about this because I legit have
lived this.
Yeah, like had a body, like like.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of like. Are you familiar with this dude Crip Mac from No Jumper?
Well, Crip Mac, was that not the nigga with the that got jumped this week?
Yeah,
right?
he got DP, bro.
He was repping a few sets.
I usually don't talk about drama on here, man.
Yeah,
gossip, but
a few sets,
he's just a character. Right? I love him. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, we're filming this on Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah.
I want to send a good prayer to everybody who's not from LA, who came to LA, everybody who brought their jewelry with them to LA. I hope.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, I hope y'all guys have friends out there. I hope,
or at least insurance on your necklaces and shit.
Yeah, something, man.
Yeah.
Something. I hope you guys.
It's a wild place. My boy lives in San Francisco, and he sends videos to the group.
Oh, it's even crazier in San Francisco.
Bro, he sends like videos. He'll just be like a video of a dude just like take his shit in the right in the middle of the street.
They say like San Francisco, like don't even like they tell people when you go to San Francisco, don't even rent a car.
Yeah,
because your car like they're
gonna rob that shit. Yeah. It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking about moving back to Cali though, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't spent much time out there, man. I've just been there like real quick, in and out.
Man, I lived in Cali for like till the pandemic. I'll say it's like it felt like a cheap vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. I don't know, man. I've been here for 10 years, so it's like I compare everywhere I go to here now.
Where are you from?
South Florida, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part of Florida?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale. But also, like, upstate New York as well. Like, my family's originally from, like, Lake George and shit.
Right.
But I spent most of my life in Florida, yeah.
So you know some wild shit. You know some wild people, huh? Like,
yeah, man.
Your Facebook page crazy.
Yeah. I got some stories, bro, for sure. Florida is a wild place. I would never move back, but I like to go back every once in a while and like chill for,
just to realize like your life is actually going the way you intended it to go.
Yep,
like,
yeah.
Anytime you're sad in New York, go back to where you came from. You'll be like, dog, I'm killing.
Yeah, yo,
like,
it's so funny, bro. My friends hate on New York so much, bro.
You come back, people are like, yo, you go see people, they're like, you look good.
Yeah.
But you're like, yo, they fucking mean that.
Yeah, man. Florida's an interesting place, dude. It's it's unique for sure. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale and then was here for like 5 years and then took a year off and went and lived on South Beach for a year.
Oh, that's great.
It was kind of tight.
Knock it out, bro.
That was cool.
Knock it out. You don't have to go to LA. You lived on South Beach.
I lived on South Beach right next to I think it's Live or whatever that's right there.
Oh my God! So
I never even stepped inside of the clubs.
You don't have to go to the club.
You don't. You just walk outside. Yeah.
Because half the people ain't getting in the
Yeah. And I was there for 6 months. 6 months. I was in like one of those old hotels that like fucking cocaine hotels
like
that they made.
A monthly rate and shit.
No. It was a studio. Like just like it was. I think it was like it was 2 floors, but it was like maybe 6 studios on each floor or whatever.
Yeah.
It was dope. It was like one of those old Miami like neon colored hotels type shit. I was 24.
That's perfect time.
Yeah, it was fun. But honestly, real shit, after like a month, I was like, man, I miss New York, bro. Yeah. Because down there, it's like, yeah, you can go to the beach so many times. You can go to the same.
It's the same thing.
It's the same shit.
This is really what it is. This is what happens in LA, too. In New York, man, when it's a shitty day, it gives you a reason to be sad.
Yeah.
Winter gives you, like, space. It gives you like an unapologetic 3 months to just be emo.
Yeah.
To just be very, very sad. when it snows, when it
gets dark early as hell.
Yeah, like L.A., Florida, like it's too nice.
Yeah.
Like, you sad, but everybody's like, yo, we going outside. You're like, can I just be sad, bro?
Yeah. Well, and another thing that I noticed, like, just from being here and being there is, like, working, bro. Is, like, so people are on Florida time for real. Like, so slow, always kind of, like, lackadaisical. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got like OCD when it comes to that shit. So like when I was working down there and people were like nonchalant about stuff, it was driving me crazy, bro.
Clock out, not even thinking about work.
Yeah.
Clock back in.
Yeah.
People get drunk like they not thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah. So like when you were out in LA, was that when you were filming like Love and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What was that like? Because I watched the first season, and it's so crazy because like when the first time I met you, bro, I knew I recognized you, but I didn't. I was like, it was.
That's my life. That's why I'm very happy we have masks on the train now.
Yeah,
because I have a face that's like, I think I've seen you before, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
So like that's my life. My life is like being in the middle right now. I'm like, have I seen?
Yeah.
I don't have the time.
But you know what?
Wrong.
It wasn't really. It wasn't even necessarily like your face. Like it was like your voice.
Yeah.
I recognized the voice, and then whatever. I left, and then I came back, and maybe the second or third time, and that's when we like talked a little bit more, and I got your Instagram.
Yeah.
And then after you gave me your Instagram, and I was like in the elevator and shit, I'm like, bro, I'm an idiot, dog. Like,
no, that's how I live life, man. I don't lead with anything.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was just like, yeah, I knew. I just every time I came there, I was like, I feel like I know this dude from somewhere. And then when it happened, I was like, word, okay, makes sense now. Nice. Yeah, I fucked with that show. Was that like one of your first like bigger shows that you were on?
That's like the breakout. Like I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another breakout moment. But that's the like initial, like, oh shit, like I'm not broke anymore.
Yeah,
like moment.
What was it like being on like a Netflix show and like being on set? Was that like you were there every day, all day for a long time, or?
No, I will say I was spoiled. First and foremost, for that to be my first thing to film, I was definitely spoiled because you don't get a trailer every time you go to work. You don't get your own trailer every time you go to work. Yeah, it was cool, man. Once I got it, it wasn't like I was there I wasn't there every day. I'm in like 5 out of the 10 episodes. It takes it takes a month to film an hour show, like 3 weeks to film an hour show.
Real?
2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to film
an hour show. For real?
Damn. Yeah, because you got to do 5 pages a day, and so.
Was that something? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. My bad.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I wasn't there all the time, but the beauty of it was I got to LA, I moved to LA. I've already been a comic, to the point where it's like, all right, people know I'm a comic. I come to LA now. I've booked a show. I'm working on some shit.
Yeah.
And like, I'm 24.
Was it like a situation where you went in to read for it and you got picked, or was it somebody knew you and was just kind of like, yo, you'd be perfect for this role?
I've read, like, Judd does this thing. Judd
Apatow, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, Judd Apatow. Shout out to him. Judd does this thing where when he auditions people for roles. No, I'm all good. When he auditions people for roles, he doesn't give them the actual script. Like, he has people come out and like read for like these roles that aren't actually in the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's because he's always writing, he's always punching up, he's always making things a little bit more personal. So yeah, I got to LA. I've never been to LA. I've never read for anything he's done before, and I'm just like, I was in a real good place comedically, just in life. And I went out there. Allison Jones is who cast most of his movies. Okay. He's casting Love and Pop Star at the same time. The Los Lonely Boys, is that what that is?
Los Lonely? What is that?
I'm on a boat.
The Lonely Boys. The Lonely. It's the guys from SNL.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lonely Island. Some shit like that.
Hey, I'm black. I'm sorry.
Is it to do with the curly hair? The comedian with the curly hair?
Adam, whatever.
Oh, with the big nose, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When they do the songs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they're filming that movie. They're casting for both movies at the same time.
Okay.
And I'm just coming in, and Allison Jones liked the way I read, so she just kept on having me read like with all the versions of the sides for Popstar and Love, and that's going good. Got to have lunch with Josh Church, who is one of Judd's like right hand man. We went to lunch at Chipotle.
Yeah, word.
And we had a nice talk over some Chipotle.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that was it.
One time when I first started smoking weed, like I smoked weed a couple times here and there in college, but one time I went to Chipotle. It was my freshman year of college with my dealer at the time.
Yeah.
He was from like Eastern Europe. He was a cool ass dude, yo. But we were riding around. We went to Chipotle. We got wrap burritos or whatever. But I was so stoned that I went back for a second one and ate it. Like I ate 2 fucking full burritos in one sitting to the point where my boy was like, yo, you're making it fucking hot in here, bro. Like, everybody knows we're stoned, bro.
Damn, bro.
I'm like,
2 Chipotle burritos?
That actually happened,
so
bro. I did that.
Those are 2 times Chipotle changed somebody's life, man.
For real, dude. I did that, man. Yeah. It was, crazy times, dude. But one thing I did notice, though, with, like, your roles, and we'll get into the other shows that you're in, too, but, like, from what I've gathered from what I've talked to you when I deliver or whatever, and from here, it's like, I feel like your roles are basically just yourself, bro. Like, you're just playing, like... and that's what makes it pretty cool, right?
That's how it's been.
Yeah.
I like, there's different things that go into them. Like, I feel like in Love, I was more just like, the black voice of just, the friend and, advice for every black person watching the show. I feel like more in Love Life, there's a switch where it's like I got to talk about race a little bit more. Something I really didn't get to do in Love. Every time I would ad-lib, like, something about, like, Gus being white or something.
Yeah.
Like, that got edited out because that wasn't the style of their show. So I was really happy on Love Life doing the racial jokes. And yeah, I just feel like it's getting better and better. I definitely want to play like some wild shit.
Yeah, like what would be like what's your thriller, like something or what? Like
I like a Fargo style shit.
Fargo's
Fargo's my thing.
Yeah, Fargo's fire.
Like a dark comedy is my style. That's what I really want to do. Also, my dream role though, like Wink in 8 Mile.
Wink? Which one's Wink?
Wink was the one who was fucking his girl. You remember? He was like,
oh, the one he's like, yo, I'll get you signed, man. I got
yeah.
J&J. What's that shit called? J&J Record or whatever. Yeah. He's
like,
fucking his girl in the studio.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw that movie with my mom in theaters, bro. Imagine I was like, what, 6th grade or some shit when that came out?
Lit.
Bro, I wanted to become a rapper after that. That and when You Got Served came out, me and my boys wanted to be dancers.
Bro, it was like, I wish I was 16 in like 2014. Being 16 and saying, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper, not a wild thing to even say, bro.
No, not at all. You can anybody can do it at that after that point.
It's like natural for, that's the funny thing for me. I'm like, that's why I fucking kind of hate streaming too. It's like, yo, it's natural for a fucking 17-year-old to get on the computer and start making music.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to listen to that shit.
Yeah. Bro, when I talked about it on one of the episodes, when during that time when I wanted to become a rapper, my mom, I don't know why she got it for me, but she actually bought me a mic. And we used to record on this shit called WavePad, and we used to just put the beat up to the mic and be rapping like this.
Bro, I used to know how to use GarageBand. I was GarageBand early, bro. I had a Mac early,
bro.
I had a whole mixtape out in high school.
Is it still available? You can find it.
Yo, it was on the SoundCloud. SoundCloud used to be I Meme. It used to be
what?
It used to be
Yes.
It used to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Called I Meme. When it turned into SoundCloud, they erased all the I Meme music.
But you didn't save it?
Nope.
Damn.
I deleted my MySpace for it too.
Bro, I got videos of me rapping on YouTube.
Someone finds that shit, like, I hope no one does, because it was back when I didn't know how the internet worked.
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
That's
I was
hilarious.
a child just not understanding how the internet worked. If you find that, you're going to find a lot of dick pics.
Old emails.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What was like we're the same age, so like what was your fucking, like some of your AIM names?
Oh, Pimpin' the World 2000.
Okay.
Like, that's off jump.
I had my first. I only remember 2 of them. My first one was X Young Scarface X.
Yeah.
And then the next one was I Got Soul 14, but SOLE for sneakers. Like I was like really into sneakers and shit.
Yo, I remember trolling like back in the day, right?
In like chat rooms and shit.
Yeah, remember when I remember like early trolling. Like remember you going back and forth with troll. You just talking crazy shit as a kid. I had an AOL account, but I was the younger one. You know, like I got a little bit of freedom, but there was still an account over mine.
Yeah.
And I remember getting it like going back and forth, throwing like wild ass jokes.
In chat rooms and
like
shit?
under a ludicrous like under a ludicrous song.
Yeah.
And then like, yo, they flagged that shit, sent that shit to my mom.
For real?
Yeah.
AOL did that shit?
AOL did that. They flagged that shit, sent that shit to my mom.
For real?
Yeah, they was like, Pippin' the World 2000.
Yo,
was talking crazy under this ludicrous video.
Yo, that's hilarious, bro. Yo, speaking of like comments and chat rooms and shit, I was getting stoned the other night and watching. You know what show they need to bring back?
What's that?
How to Catch a Predator.
Dog, yo, they got that niggas. The show's not back, but people do it themselves on.
Oh yeah, on YouTube, yeah. What are you hearing me, a 13-year-old girl for, bro?
Yo,
like,
I'm like, bro.
I'm not gonna call the cops, man. I'm not gonna call the cops.
Like, bro, I'm like trying to catch a predator. I'm like, nigga, you the predator.
Yeah.
Out here catching all these child predators. You preying on these child predators, bro.
Yo, my favorite episode of How to Catch a Predator, bro, is this one dude who showed up to the house and got completely naked.
Oh my god.
And then the next day he did it again. They caught him at McDonald's. He like went back in a chat room under a different name. They let him go, bro. They let him go the first time. And the next day they catch him they're like, we're going to go to Chris Hansen or whatever. He's like, catches him walking out of a McDonald's and he's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I just came to get something to eat.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you kidding me? Because back when they first started the show, they didn't have the cops there.
Yeah, I remember.
So they didn't get arrested at the end.
Yo, my brother has a joke. I don't know if I know he probably doesn't tell it. I won't even say which brother this is. And he does like always the joke. He was like, "Yo, I'm at the age now where I'm just thankful for things I don't have.
Yeah.
Like, thank God I'm not attracted to children."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that dude is fucking sick, bro. Like, and he can't even control himself.
Yo,
like, he knows it's wrong,
bro. And you know, there's like a whole movement of people that are like supporting child like
that's horrible,
the predators
man.
and shit,
that's
saying
horrible.
that there's like an actual, some shit.
No, that's horrible. It's like, bro, like I thought it's like just be thankful like God did not give that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be thankful you like grown women.
Yeah.
And consensual sex.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah, like all the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Shit that's not gonna make you sign your name on a list. You know what I mean? Like,
thank God. I'm like, oh my God, I thank God.
Yeah, that's funny as hell, man. I watched Love Life. I finished it all in like the last 2 days. The second season. I wanted to make sure I made sure which season you were in first. You know what I love about that show? It's like it's right up there with like the first season of Masters of None. Mm-hmm. Like, though it has to do with dating and what it really does is like it really like encompasses like the true like New York City lifestyle when it comes to relationships
on a man's side.
On the man's exactly on the man's like from the man's perspective, and just like the shit that goes on is like not far fetched. You know what I mean? Like the shit that's going on in the background are things that normally happen. You know what I mean? It felt like there was like, it honestly felt like these weren't set up shots. Like they weren't like reserved.
It was grounded. It was super grounded in reality. It was like everything. It was just realistic. It was realistic. It was authentic.
Yeah.
The jokes didn't seem like they were going for swinging for the fences. They weren't missing either.
It was great. It was like you said, perfectly balanced. You know what I mean? Like it was dope. I wasn't sure how I felt about Marcus in the beginning of the episode. I was like, I don't know because I don't know what's the actor's real name.
It's Will.
Will. Okay, Will. I was like, that's like the first thing I have seen him before, but it was like the first time ever really watching him. So I was like, I don't know if I'm not sure. And then you start to get into the character and the persona and shit, and I was like, yeah, this is really dope. But in the show, you played Trey Lang, who's a upcoming writer.
Yep.
And you get I love the interaction between you and Marcus. It's hilarious because again, it's like I feel like I watch some of your your stand up and shit. It's like it's basically just you in real life, kind of that vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to become natural. I try to be natural.
Yeah. Well, that was dope though too because it's like you're playing a writer, you're an actual writer, and throughout the show, you're giving Marcus a hard time. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he gives me a hard time in the middle.
Is he giving you a hard time?
In the middle, well, half a half. Because
he's like frustrated a little bit.
I do throw some jokes his way, but he definitely trumps me the second time you see me.
But how long has this show been out for? How long has that season been out for?
It's only since October.
So it's not a spoiler if I tell what happens in the end, right?
No,
right? It's but so it's funny because there's like the switch of roles at the end, like. You're an upcoming writer, and you're trying to get published, and Marcus is like the editor. He's trying to get you to come over to his team so he can help work with you and shit. Quarantine happens, and that's another thing that was dope about the show. They really captured what quarantine was like. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even imagine me and him lived together at the time. Like, I can't even imagine being in a crib by myself. Like,
I lucked up. I had roommates at the beginning. My roommate was like. I also think what it would have been like for me to have a different roommate because my roommate was the person who made me realize, I have to think of other people besides me. If my roommate also didn't give a shit, I don't think I would have gave a shit.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I got pretty lucky because I was working for the services and shit, so we were essential. You know what I mean? We were out there doing God's work.
Yeah.
So luckily I was like able to get outside during the day and shit. You know what I mean? We like cut off early at like 7:00, but that definitely kept me sane. But in the show they captured it really well. And it's so funny because I've been to a lot of comedy shows like over at this one bar in Bushwick. I forgot the name of it.
Star Bar?
No, it's like right there on Troutman and Central. It's
What's funny is Queens Brewery is right there.
Yeah.
And, my boy Petey Diablo, he does a fire show. He did a fire show there all pandemic.
The comedy show?
Yeah, to the point where they had to shut it down because it was too many people.
Word. Yeah, that's dope. Wait, at the brewery?
Yeah, right. They would do it on the street,
shit.
From open the door, open the shed.
Yeah.
They would do it right from the little walk up, the handicap access. And people would line up the streets, and they had to shut it down because people would be like,
Word.
There was too many people every week.
Yeah, no, it was like what I was saying with my boy who started off with vaccine comedy. They used to do it. They started doing it in the amphitheater, the East River Amphitheater that they just tore down or whatever. They would just bring a small speaker out there, bring a light, and fucking just have a little sign up with the Cash App for the main people so where they could pay the comedians.
That was the best. That was a great time. That's why I came back to New York because
it was really fun, bro. I looked forward to it.
Yeah, when I came back and shows are happening outside, it was like, oh shit, Full Circle was the best outdoor comedy show.
Where was that?
Prospect Park.
Okay.
Got a kid, this guy Techli, Jonathan Techli. Shout out to him too. He same thing. Just started a show during pandemic, just outdoors in the park, and that just went crazy.
Went crazy, yeah. It is. I mean, it's ideally, it's it is the perfect time to capture an audience because there's nothing going on, man. If you can get people to get excited for something that you do once a week or however many times you do it, it's people capitalized on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people came up in that.
Yeah, and it's just dope to see. But going back to the show, it was funny because. It focuses a lot on the relationship of being with somebody in the same house in close quarters when you're basically locked in together. And I saw a couple of just random open mic comedy shows recently, when things started kind of opening back up. And a lot of the jokes, it was a lot of girls that were saying the jokes were talking about their boyfriend or that they had relationships until they realized they couldn't live in the same house and shit. It was funny to get that perspective of jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was with my mom in the pandemic.
How was that?
It was lit.
Yeah, it was cool, right?
It was lit, man. I went to South Carolina. I was chilling.
Yeah.
It was lit. In South Carolina, like you said, going to Florida, you're oh, I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
It was I was in South Carolina. I was I'm not worried about nobody down here.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's nice. I haven't been to South Carolina. I've driven through South Carolina, but you ever spent any time in North Carolina?
Yeah, a little bit of Charlotte. I got to go do Wilmington. No, I'm all good. Yeah. I have to do Wilmington, April? March?
Yeah, I went there for a wedding. I also toured.
Wilmington?
No, not Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
But I was gonna say I did a tour of the NASCAR Hall of Fame out there.
Hilarious.
That shit is tight.
That's very white.
It's very white. I tell you, I had to take my nephew there. You know what I mean?
Yo, like if you didn't, I grew up down there. Yeah, you grew up in Florida, man.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt.
Well, I grew up in South Florida, bro. It was a weird thing, man. There's an actual like petition in Florida to split the state in half to make it.
That's hilarious.
Because real shit, like once you go north of like West Palm Beach in Florida, it becomes like country and fucking like wild shit, you know. And then South Florida is like just totally different environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird place, bro. It's a weird place.
North Florida,
like Orlando. Who wants to live in Orlando, bro?
Yeah, I hear about it, man. I watched 1090 Jake. I know about the beef.
Yeah. Wait, what beef?
Orlando rappers are beefing, man.
Or Jacksonville rappers?
Orlando too.
Who are the rappers in Orlando?
It's like was it Glock 9 or whatever?
I'm pretty sure that's Jacksonville, right?
Is it?
It's like it's Fulio, Glock 9.
It's some niggas in Orlando.
Yeah, probably. I forgot. It's all the same shit. Yeah, there's like a big thing.
I gotta go re-up on my Trap Lord Ross.
Trap Lord, who's that?
Trap Lord Ross does all the Jackson. You never watch it? It's like 3-hour documentaries on this shit, bro.
No, but I know I can put you on to back when I was in high school. There was a DVD floating around called Palm Beach Fights, and it's all God. Like all the hood ass fights like in Palm Beach. Like Palm Beach is fucking nuts. Bro.
I used to love like the hood DVDs.
Yeah,
I want to make like a spoof of like a hood DVD because you know what always used to make me laugh.
Smack DVDs.
Smack DVDs make me laugh, bro. Like. My favorite thing that people would do, they'd be given like a tour of the hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. A tour of the hood's always, because they always go the same. It's like a nigga like, yo, like my brother used to trap right here.
Yeah.
Yo, like, this shit wild. Then like the cops pulled to come through the block. They like, police always coming through here fucking with us. Yeah. We ain't doing nothing. It's a family, nigga. Like, they always trying to stop what we got going on. But the cops roll off. Anyway, watch my nigga die right here when I was 8. Like, yo, they need to be there.
Yeah, there's this other dude, I think it's called like Hood DVD or some shit on YouTube. He's like the same dude. He's like the Spanish dude, but he goes like all over the country to different hoods and he gets tours by like the people who like live there and shit. You know what I mean? It's same shit, dude. I watch him though. I'll be like watching that shit sometimes.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That shit is super interesting.
Take me there so I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Without having to actually go there.
Yeah.
Let me know a little bit about what's happening in the city without me having.
So if you ever end up there, you'll know ahead of time. Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Because I don't have the luxury of just going somewhere and not being aware of politics. Like when you're black, you gotta kind of know the hood politics of everywhere you're going.
Yeah, I feel you.
Just so you're not at the club like, why are they looking like this?
Yeah, man, yo, fuck, man. I used to go to like this hood ass club by my place. It was called Club Cinema, and just Club Cinema. It was a movie. It was like one of those clubs. It was like I saw DJ Khaled and Rick Ross when they first came out. Like when Rick Ross was still just wearing like black tees and shit.
Yeah. At
this crazy ass venue, bro. It was insane. And we used to go to this one strip club where everybody smoked Black and Milds called Porthole Pub.
Porthole Pub.
It's only had one window, bro, and it was like a fucking SpongeBob pineapple window.
Bad bitches?
No. No. The baddest chicks. I don't really fuck with strip clubs like that, you know what I mean? But I'll go every once in a while if it's like fun and planned out and shit and everybody wants to go enjoy themselves and shit. But the baddest chicks I've ever seen in a strip club is going to sound crazy, bro. Atlantic City. On like a random like Wednesday when it was like fall time, it wasn't cold. It was when I was living with you. I went with Mike. Me and Mike went down there.
I still don't believe you.
I swear to God, bro.
He was like, I was in the club.
Yo, this shit is crazy. So my boy and I, we were like, yo, let's just go take a trip down to Atlantic City.
Yeah, you gotta explain the chick to us, man. Explain the chick. You gotta explain us.
I got you. I'm gonna put you on, bro. So we were like, yo, let's go fucking stay at Caesar's Palace.
I'll take another.
You want? Got you.
Not a lot, but emphasize a little.
Just say when, like Olive Garden. You know what I'm saying?
When?
Oh, there you go.
Not even finishing this.
Shit, where was I going with that? What was I saying just now?
Just Caesar's Palace.
Oh yeah, my bad. It's the strip club.
Baddest strippers about to pull up.
At Caesar's Palace. We were like, yo, let's go stay at Caesar's Palace. Like for the irony, you know what I mean? Just like say that we were stayed there on some like hangover shit. Like, did Caesar really stay here? You know what I mean? Like we were just like, all right, let's get a room or whatever. So whatever, we're bouncing around. It's dead as fuck. There's nobody there, bro. Like I don't like to gamble or anything, so like we spent like maybe a couple dollars on like slots and grabbed a couple drinks, and you can smoke inside and shit. So we were just chilling, and we were just walking the boardwalk and shit. And we came across a strip club, but the cool thing about this strip club was it's got a bar next door that's attached to it, right? And you go into this bar, you can chill in the bar, but you can also buy like 12 and 24 packs and shit like that because the strip club is BYOB. It's already sounding good. I already know it's. Come on, because you know drinks at strip clubs are expensive as shit.
And you're also in Atlantic City. You're setting this up.
Yeah, and they're smart, bro. You got like, okay, so this is how it goes. You can bring like the 24 pack, and we brought like a 24 pack in or whatever because we figured we might end up sharing it with people and shit. We go in. You can't. As soon as you go in, it's $20 to get in, but you have to check your phone and you can't have your phone. What strip club you ever been to that you can't have your phone in, bro? Like obviously,
they try to rob niggas.
Obviously, you can't. Obviously, they don't want you recording shit.
Somebody got their phone in here, bro.
Yo, they take your phones, bro. This place has like bedrooms.
Oh wow.
Like real shit has beds like that you could rent, like private rooms. Like, I swear to God. And so we're in there, bro. And like, there's maybe like 15 people in there. We met this older dude. We started chilling with him. He's a firefighter. He was like, yeah, I'm just in town. My wife comes tomorrow, so I'm just enjoying myself for the night. You know what I mean? And it was completely nude, bro. And the girls there was a couple bad little Spanish chicks, a couple black chicks that were looking nice, and a couple white girls, bro. Like, the hottest chicks. And I went to strip clubs in Florida, bro. Like, in Miami. I'm like, why the fuck am I seeing hotter girls in Atlantic City right now?
So what happened? Did you fuck one?
No. I can't do that.
Which one was the bad? They were just all collectively bad.
Nah, I got a couple dances, and each dancer I told him like, I'll change your life.
Okay.
I can save you. You don't have to do this. You know, yeah, I was on that vibe. You know.
The baddest chick. I'm with you. I don't really go to the strip club like that. But also, like, I love to, like, when you go to a strip club, I know the secret is act like you don't give a fuck.
That is, yeah. I mean,
like, every time I go to a strip club, I don't look like a nigga that goes to a strip club a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they sense that.
Yeah, they get the vibe. Because, yeah, you're not, like, one of those dudes who's, like, sitting down, like.
Yeah, and then, like, I'm not. Then also, like, since I'm like, I'll post up, I get on my phone, I start having a conversation with my friends.
Yeah.
And.
Not at Atlantic City, you wouldn't. No, shit would be checked in.
They took your phone. But yeah, usually what happens is, every time we go to a strip club, I go out with my brothers and stuff, like, it'd just be like strippers would just gravitate.
Yeah.
And just like, they'll just like, I don't know what it is. They'll just the chick will just come right here and just get naked.
Yeah.
And like, won't leave. Like,
it's kind of sticky and shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. But
yeah.
The baddest chick I ever saw in a strip club, I was in LA, and they don't even get all the way nude. So like, I went to the strip club in LA. It's King of Diamonds. My friends are there. Is it King of Diamonds or is it Ace
King of Diamonds is in Miami.
It's Ace of Diamonds. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, it's whatever. They're not naked. I'm seeing all that. I'm like, it's whatever. Like,
yeah.
I'm like fucking like thinking of getting out of there. And this like Asian chick came out. And she was so fucking bad, bro. And so thick. I started thinking how much of my money could I give her?
What's a reasonable amount for me to spend tonight?
Like,
she's just giving me good vibes. You know what I mean?
I was like, let me leave now. I'm gonna call an Uber right now. I started counting, like, okay, I got what? How much could I give her that I wouldn't miss? Yeah.
Have you ever hooked up or dated a dancer, stripper, anything like that?
Never. I've hooked up with some strippers. Yeah.
Okay, word. I dated a dancer for just a couple months, but it was like one of those I
hooked up with strippers, like, but not dated.
Yeah, I guess the term dating is probably loose too, because it was more like a let's hang out at night type of thing. You know what I mean? Because we both worked late, so it was like, but it was for a couple weeks, and like, I don't know, bro. I couldn't get over. I was like, damn. I was just like, this is cool and all, but like, I also know like mad old dudes have been like, you've been dancing on like mad old dudes, and you're telling me about like the wicked shit that some of the other girls do, and I'm like, you probably do it too.
Right there with them. What are you talking about?
Like, come on, stop talking about your friends. You might do that too.
Yeah, I've hung out with porn stars that talk about other porn stars. Yeah, I'm like, you do porn also, though. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. That's hilarious. Do you have any stuff coming up?
I'm Productively Stoned, Jordan Rock. I just got the Jordan Rock handle.
Wait,
Instagram.
I saw that.
So please follow me. I'm easy to find.
Yes.
I don't have to add anything else to it. I am Jordan Rock. Getting ready to film a Netflix 15.
Okay.
15-minute special in the spring.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson and Friends. And Friends.
Okay.
And it's just gonna go up.
Did you watch the new Aziz little 30-minute special?
I was going to. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. It's been a minute since I heard from him. You know what I mean? Like after we got.
Yeah, I started watching it, but anytime like these days, anytime someone like starts talking about like COVID shit.
Yeah.
And then like I'm kind of like, and they're saying like the same thing that everybody says. I'm kind of just like over it. Like,
yeah.
Anytime it starts off, it is like, oh, anti-vaxxers, you're retarded. Like I'm like, oh man, like damn, like
we get it, bro.
We get like.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it's another special I just watched that was fucking hilarious, bro. I don't know why.
Drew Michael is my favorite comic right now.
Drew Michael?
Yeah.
I like Michael Che, right? I love Michael
Che's
Che.
great. I love Che. That's my guy.
He's like my type of humor and shit. Like I fuck with that type of humor.
Che's my guy. Watch
the new show he did, right?
Watch Drew Michael.
Drew Michael? Oh, okay.
Because it's just dark, man.
I like that too. I like that dude like Anthony Jeselnik and shit.
Oh yeah, he's not as sarcastic as he's not sarcastic at all.
Okay,
yeah. He's slightly sarcastic, way more dry, dark, but well written.
Yeah. Do you fuck with Gary Owen?
I love Gary Owen.
Yo, I watched his last special, bro, that he just dropped called Black Famous, and the shit is so funny, bro. I was just in my living room fucking crying, dude. Crying. It was so funny.
Last great special, like my favorite special in like the past like even like 10 years, Lil Rel's Relevant.
Oh, I don't think I ever watched that.
Lil Rel's Relevant. Like, I watch a lot of specials. You know, sometimes I'm watching it because it's the new special.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm watching it because, it's, it's new. I have to see it. Or I want to know what they're talking about. This was, like, the last special. I was like, yo, I'm just enjoying this, like, the whole time.
Who's another special? I like Michael Gerard.
Gerard Carmichael?
Gerard Carmichael. My bad. I got that shit back. I knew Gerard Carmichael. I was like bugging I thought I had it for a second. I fuck with him. Who else? Who else is some specials that I watched? I did just go back and watch the old roast of Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Classic roast.
Yeah,
Classic. That's got a bunch of good comedians on it. I fuck with Nikki Glaser.
Nice.
She's dope.
Man, like, honestly, man, I tell people, like, Nikki Glaser has the career I want, you know? Like,
how so?
I just want to do a talk show. A few people see it, it get canceled, and I get another talk show. I'm like, please, like, let me have this.
Yeah.
Career. I'm like, that's what I want.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of canceled, how does like the comedy feel? Like how does the comedy world like feel about like this whole Joe Rogan thing? Like, cause
listen, man,
are you fucking with Joe Rogan? Or you not fucking with Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan's cool. Like, man, I think shit like that, like things like that, or the things that rich people put on the internet to keep poor people poor.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you're gonna drop this on Black History Month? Come on, I know how the algorithm works.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's
how
like,
much of this my thing too. The compilation was too long.
Yeah.
How much of this podcast that you don't like did you listen to?
Yeah. Well, I guess that footage has been out forever. They just like resurfaced it or some shit.
How much of this podcast, the person that you did not like, did you listen?
Exactly. Like you don't have to fucking listen. One thing I was thinking about with his shit was how they were trying to cancel or whatever, and I keep fucking forgetting people's names. This dude that he was supporting or whatever. Oh, the thing that I found out that was like super interesting about it is like on Instagram and shit like that. It's like the people that are talking about that compilation video, most of the people that are complaining are like white dudes and shit, like white people. That's sad. And it's just like you got all these other people, like all types of people defending him, and then it's just like these high, like mighty, like white dudes, like being like, "Fuck Joe Rogan, man!" Like you know.
That's a joke that Drew Michael did. Drew Michael does that joke on the special where he's like, "Yo," and even if it's just a study, it's like a study. It's like, yo. Only 10% of the world is on Twitter. You know? Like, it's not a lot of people on Twitter. You know who's on Twitter? The people on Twitter. So when people are like, yo, there's outrage. No, there's not.
Yeah.
There's actually not outrage. He was like, when you look on Twitter, he said, yo, when you look on Twitter and they go, yo, so and so's trending. He's like, you know what's actually trending? Shutting up.
Yeah. Are you heavy on Twitter? I don't really have a Twitter.
You know what happened? I had a decent Twitter, and then I got hacked, man.
For real?
I got the most diabolical hack, bro. Like my hack was, it was crazy. They hacked. This is how dirty they did me. They just took my.
They made
followers.
you an OnlyFans page?
No, they just took my followers. Like they didn't even.
They just took your followers?
Yeah, they didn't even take the account. They got into my account.
Yeah.
Changed the email, and changed the handle. So I could go back to being Jordan Rock 843.
Yeah.
I just have none of the fucking followers or anything that I fucking worked for.
Word. How did that whole process go? Because I remember you were trying to reach out to that dude for your handle and shit.
I never got that back. I never got it back. Like,
yeah. How'd you get the whole Jordan Rock thing? Did you like
Illuminati ties?
Gotcha.
Nah, it's dope. My girl just works in marketing, so she called in some favors.
Pulled some strings.
Yeah. She did better than my managers. I don't know what the fuck, guys.
How many you got? You got multiple managers or?
No, I only have one manager.
One. Okay. How long you been working with them?
Oh, he's cool. We've been together for a few years.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah. Management is a fun thing to me, man. Yeah, I've managed some artists and shit here and there, you know.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Cool. Hell yeah. Okay, so Productively Stoned, I want to say the new one is on the 23rd?
23rd, yeah, 23rd.
Where is it at?
The Stand, 23rd. The Stand,
Okay.
7 o'clock. Pull up.
What day is the 23rd? Is that
That is a Wednesday.
Oh, word. I'm going to have to come to that because I'm off on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we do Wednesdays, and it's early this time. We usually do late shows, but we're doing Just for Laughs auditions. That's like the big comedy.
So what time does it start?
7.
7? Okay, word. I'm going to come with a friend. I want to, before we get out of here, I want to play this, just this little clip I had for you, just to kind of like get your reaction.
What is it?
Nah, it's nothing crazy. It's just from that video because I want to make sure I like post it on like the screen when the interview comes out. Mm-hmm. Let's see. You might have to put the headphones on though so you can hear this shit. I just want to get your like reaction to like this is from 10 years ago. So I took a clip from it. I just want to see like how you're feeling compared to nowadays. You know what I mean? It's fun to look back at shit.
Shut up and just started writing and telling my jokes. 5 years from now, I hope to be the man in the city. I hope like everybody comes to a club and they look at the lineup and say, "Oh snap, Jordan's gonna be here tonight." Or when they come in, they see me and they know me from somewhere, and I hope to get on the road, just start up a big fan base, you know. Be able to do colleges, because 5 years from now I'll be 24. I'll still be in colleges. Just tour the world, tour the country. 10 years, hopefully we'll be doing some acting. Maybe I'll write a few scripts, maybe direct some things. I don't know what I'm doing. I really want to. I would love to like write like a show or something.
And now you're on a bunch of shows, bro.
Hey man, hey.
How's it feel good looking back at shit like that, man? Because I know I have videos like of stuff like that back in the day, where I just like go back and like reminisce. Yeah, you can put them wherever.
Yeah, I try sometimes, like, even living now, I have to, like, reverse back to that time, like, when I was 19 and when I was, if I was 19 and I saw someone living the way I live now, like, what would my perception be of them? Like, that would just be, like, you know, like, it'd be like, oh, fuck, like, the way I live life now, if I could do, like, the shit that I do now that I'm, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still stressing. If I could do half that shit when I was 19, I would be, like, in the fucking, on the moon, you know what I'm saying? So, I kind of have to just go back to, I have to remind myself of that.
Yeah, of, like, the process and shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's, like, it's pretty crazy because you predicted it exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, in 10 years from now, when you were 19, 29, 30 years old, which you are now, you want to be writing, producing shows. I don't know if you have...
I'm still getting, I'm writing. We're taking meetings for writing.
Word.
We haven't gotten over the hump. They just haven't given the written by, created by credit to me. Our written and created stuff, it just has not come across television. And been added to my IMDb page.
Okay. Word. Okay. Hell yeah, man. So Productively Stoned on the 23rd at the
At the stand.
The stand. Have you ever done any work at the Comedy Store out in Cali? I always.
Of course, yeah. I used to do the store all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
The Fat Tuesday documentary is fire on Amazon right now.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the other one. They did a documentary on the Comedy Store though, for real. Like.
Yeah, they did a documentary on the Comedy Store.
Yeah, I watched that recently. It was really dope.
That one's fire, but they also just did one on Nigga Night. It's the Fat Tuesday was the Black Night at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
For like years. And
okay.
It's like where a lot of people got their like start at.
Yeah.
And like through the 90s, like Dr. Dre, like when LA's popping, like everyone's going there to see comedy, and they did a documentary on it.
Word. I'm gonna have to check that
hip hop comedy. That's what they call it. That's what it's like, an era of hip hop comedy.
Yeah, word. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. But yo, man, I really appreciate you coming into the show, man. This was fun.
No problem, man. Yeah, this is a good podcast.
I appreciate you, man.
This is a good podcast. Sometimes you do a podcast and it's supposed to be an hour, and you're like, "Fuck, how are we gonna?"
Make this happen. How are we gonna pass the time?
Yeah.
No. So I mean, like I said, this is the 21st episode. Definitely was like that in the beginning. Like sometimes I'll catch myself like looking at the time.
Yeah.
And you just gotta I just check myself out of it after a while because I try to make this shit more like it's just a conversation. I want to be like, when did you start this? How did you do that? How do you do this? When did you do that? Who are your influences? Even though I ask some of those questions, I try to make it a little cooler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate you coming in, bro. Thank you very much.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, yo, thank you, bro. Pleasure. Oh wait, hold on. Before you got here, it was your birthday recently.
Yeah, my birthday.
Happy birthday! This is for you, bro.
Oh shit!
I got this for you. I kept that one out there for you, bro. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Of course, anytime. I will. I'm sure I'll see you soon on some other shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
Peace, dude.